Welcome back on another episode of In Between Homes. Today, I have the pleasure to be interviewed by Shannon. Hi, Shannon. The mic is yours.
Hi, Lucy. Oh, thank you. What an honor. It's so exciting to get to experience getting to know you a little bit better and know some extra things about you that maybe other people are also curious about. So since you've been living in between a lot of homes, I was just wondering, um, how did you decide where you would like to live? Like, what were some of the characteristics that you were looking for?
It's a very good question. So last year, for example, prior to last year, I was really traveling around the world with a suitcase for almost a year and a half. And has never been my life to choose to be a nomadic at this point of just living out of a suitcase. And I was kind of wondering where could I open again my suitcase and call a place home. And I really dive into reflection about what does matter to me, what is it important for me. And one of those criteria, for example, is living close to the beach. But also I remember thinking about moving to Dubai because it's one flight away from every single destination. And I was like, wow, how convenient is it to live in a place where I'm just one flight away, one flight away to go home, to see my family, one flight away to see friends a bit all around the world. And I really consider Dubai at this stage for that. So being close to an international airport is one of my criteria as well. Haven't chose Dubai because I was not looking for a new place. At the end of the day, we're in the state as I was a year and a half ago, was I really wanted to go back home. And I even thought maybe I should go back to France, but didn't happen. But I investigate the option. I was like, oh, maybe I should, and for many reasons, not just tax wise, but also the daily life in France. It doesn't feel right for me. It doesn't it doesn't enhance my creativity. I feel a bit stuck in creativity when I'm in France. I love to be there. I like the country is beautiful, my friend, my family, and I often go back, but not at the point to be back living there. So I removed France. I couldn't stay in Australia because of visa was too complicated and cost of life, honestly speaking, at the stage where I was. And I was like, well, Bali is a place I call home. Why not going back there? So I went back to Bali because it does fit a lot of my requirements in terms of lifestyle, having the support that I need, having a cleaner at home, being close to the beach, being not one flight away from every destination, but I'm half an hour away from the airport, so I can still fly to a lot of destinations, at least in Asia. And again, when I go to other places in Europe and America, it's a bit longer flight, but I'm used to it, I would say. So going back to a place where I feel home was easy. I didn't have to start over. I didn't have to think about, okay, where do I do my laundry or how the system work? And I just wanted a familiar place, and it's how I decided to make Bali my home base, I would say again.
Oh, beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I was wondering also, I know that you're very focused on finances. That's one of the major things that you work with, and coaching, and you really do it from a very unique perspective, involving also planning and strategy, which I think is very unique and special. But I also was fascinated to learn that you recently have started working with leaders a little bit more, because you are working with leaders in finances, but working a little bit more on leadership. And I was just wondering, um, what do you find are the main things that leaders really need to learn and adapt to get to the next level? People who are, maybe entrepreneurial, and business isn't their first strength. So, and maybe even obviously leadership. So I was just curious, what do you think are the main things they need to learn?
Yeah, so finances for me has been a way to remove some worries in the mind of people, you know. So finance is like, okay, let's deal with this topic so we can focus on something else. And for me, the real jam in life is how I can build a life that is really aligned with what I would love, what I dream about, and the leadership skills is something that every single person can actually more empower. It's finding confidence within themselves, is um how to feel like from a place of not ego, I am good in what I do. I'm great to what I do. And what I'm observing a lot in terms of leaders or people in workplace or even or having their own business is kind of a lack of leadership, a lack of trusting their own capabilities, trusting their expertise, and being able to sell those expertise this expertise to others. And for me, what I really like encourage leaders now, and people in general, I would say, to become a leader of their life, of their work, is to be able to turn what is their expertise into added value, to bring added value to the world. Whatever is bringing added value to your friend, to your maybe client, or if you are working in corporation, to the company you are working for. The idea is really seeing that you have a gift and stop waiting for external validation, and stop waiting for a boss or for a client to, oh, you did a great job. You won't never get that. You will never have it at the point that you feel like this is truly what I was expecting. So when we research for external validation, you will always be disappointed. You will change your job, you will change your clients, you will complain, be frustrated and unsatisfied about life. But when you start putting things from inside and say, okay, I do have a expertise in something. To master something, you need I don't remember if it's 10,000 or 20,000 hours. I'm sure every single person that listened today has an expertise in something. You may not feel an expert, but I'm truly convinced that you are in one thing. And these things is something that you do with so much ease, is something that you don't value. And why I'm bold to share this with you is because I've been there. What I do with so much ease with the finances, I never put so much value into that because it's so like 5 minutes for me, you know, in a way. And I was like, this has no value. But then I remember one of my first clients always told me, like, Lucy, this is your job, this is your expertise. But I was not seeing the value in that. And I had over the last 10 years to really shift that, to really like empower myself, being very aware about what I do, what is the transformation that I bring to my clients, to the people I work with, where I'm bringing them from A to B. And this is gold. This is how you can really have a life where you have freedom. You are not selling your time anymore, but you are selling value. You are selling an added value. And everyone is happy about that. Your client, the company, but also you. So it's where for me, now I'm stepping more into leadership and supporting teams and service providers and professionals to shift the way they are contracting themselves with others. Because for me, there is nothing worse than not being an employee anymore, but signing a retainer with a company. Oh, you need to work 3 days a week. Well, it's the same. You just have more issue because you will have to deal with being a contractor and having a legal structure and paying your tax, and you will have more stress because you will have less security. So the freedom will never come from there until you realize, okay, this is actually what I'm bringing on the table. This is actually how I support my clients. This is my methodology. If you really think about what you are doing, you have a methodology. You are bringing step-by-step process towards something. And if you are not yet there, I would encourage you to start seeing what, zooming out of the daily tasks that you are doing now and try to, okay, what is my expertise? Okay, maybe it's sales, or maybe it's finances. For me, it's finances. But I can do what I do today and being paid a very low amount of money or being paid a lot of money per month. So it's not about, calling your ego. It's like, I want to earn 10K a month and then I will be fine. It's not about that. It's about understanding what is the shift, what is the transformation you are bringing on the table for your clients. And this is really how you can first leverage your expertise, be recognized for your expertise, but just be happy to do what you do every single day, but really from a place of freedom, from a place of, I'm not locked anymore, I'm not selling my time, I'm bringing value on the table. And this is a game changer. When you go to bed on the evening and like, I did something great today. I did some kind of contribution to the world, to some service. And you get rewarded with some money, not only with money based, because I don't think this is only the right way to see success, but money is also flowing to you because you are being valued.
That's such a unique, special way to look at it. Thank you for sharing that. So the other thing that I find really special about you is that you're involved in so many different things. You have all of your clients, and you have your newsletter and the podcast and several other projects where you're trying to help the community. And I was just wondering, how do you decide what you want to participate in and achieve? And how do you manage so many different things and the timing and energetically? I'm just fascinated how you can do it all and how you decide what to participate in.
The short answer would be, I have clarity. I have a vision and I have clear clarity of where I'm heading. I don't know always how. I have like everyone, solicitation from different projects, different things, different clients that would maybe disrupt my flow sometimes. But at the same time, I always go back to my vision. What do I want? And one workshop I'm really proud of, and I run quite often now, at least once a year for my people, is the prep workshop. And this is a methodology to do strategic planning. And it's not so much about business, it's really about life, is how to be strategic in life. Because business and your work and money, there are ways, there are support to build the life that you want. So I have a really strategic approach when it comes to life and to business, as I know where I'm heading in a year from now. I may have a bigger version of it, a bigger vision that maybe is overwhelmed if I think about it. So I'm trying not to think about it too much. I go back, I zoom in into a year from now where I would love to be. And then I zoom in again. What is the focus for the next 3 months? One single focus, one thing, one needle mover for me in the next 3 months. And this is helping me to not do thousands of things at the same time, having clarity. And I was like, yes, there's one thing I want to achieve this quarter is this. Of course, I'm doing other things at the same time. It doesn't mean that I don't do the rest, but I'm putting my main focus, my main energy toward one bucket. Okay, now it's about health. I would not do business. So there are moments in my quarters, in my years where, no, right now it's about family. This is my number one. So then you make decision totally differently. You make sure you are attending the family reunion next month. You make sure you organize or you call your dad, your mom, your sister every week because the focus is there. It doesn't mean that the rest of the time I don't call them, but there are periods where this needs more focus. And what we focus on, things change. So those are very important to have a clear vision. And if you don't have a vision for your life, because I didn't always have a vision for my life, but I could say to myself, oh, I would love, for example, to stay in Bali. This was my vision 10 years ago. I had no clue I would still be in Bali and everything that happened after. But my only little vision I have for myself was, I would love to stay here. Can I find a way to stay? And for me, a way to stay is how I can work there, that's it. Like some people, they would have probably married someone but me, it was like, okay, I need money, I need to find a job. So I made my way. But it's really about not getting overwhelmed about, oh, I don't have a vision. Vision is something that you cultivate. But for sure, one thing, and that's why I'm doing finances, if you are overthinking about your finances, you can't plan the future. Your vision won't be clear. So I would always recommend go back to step number one, getting in charge of your finances, managing your finances. And then step two, start strategizing your life. Start seeing what could be, what would you love, and how you could make it happen. But the how is easy. Like it's a work I love to do with people. Tell me what you want. Then we will make it happen. We will find ideas to make it happen. So it's about clarity, focus, and the strategic planning is going to help you to make the action align with that on a daily basis and to make decision from a place that is easy to say yes or no to something. It's not that I'm not a social person, I love people, but there are periods where I just cannot be outside, or it's not the right moment, it's not the right time. So, and those decisions for me is becoming easy. I can say yes or no to things. It's not that I'm not saying yes to everything, but I'm also not saying no to everything. I'm choosing the yeses. And this feels so liberating. And you were talking about organization and time. Well, when you are focused and clarity, then you know what is what you need to achieve in the next 3 months. You map out your workload toward that. And I was, last week having a call with someone, and I say, hey, listen, really, I'm really sitting with this. If my focus for the next few months will be really to relaunch my website to make it more what I really do. But I don't think I will be able to also have another event on top of that. It's going to be a bit too much. It felt too much. It's not that I don't want to do something with you, but right now, timing is not good. I really went back and forth with her because I was like, I really want, but at the same time, it feel a pressure. And I have learned that if it's feel pressure, is the timing is not right. It's maybe not where I should be focusing right now. And that's it. There are periods for everything. So also it's not to be I fear to I'm going to miss on something. You're not going to miss anything. The focus is going to bring you where you should go. So and it's going to be more flowing. You will be in flow. You will be more ease, more harmony. The right project gonna come to you. The right opportunities to generate the money that you need for your project gonna come to you. But for that, you need the focus. You will need to make the align action and to keep your direction.
Beautiful, amazing. That's very helpful. Thank you. And I was just curious. I know you're also very spiritual, and you like to do things that are projects that are aligned with your spirit connection. And I was just curious about your spiritual practice. If you can share a little bit about how you stay aligned and connected to your spirit.
That's a very good question because thinking about it, I don't have something that I do have something that I do every day. It would be a gratitude, a minute of gratitude. Either looking at the photos of my day and say, hey, oh yes, had an amazing moment. Maybe when I eat something, when I saw the sunset, or when I had a call with someone, whatever. But at the moment of just 1 minute of gratitude, I think it's reachable for everyone. And just being contemplating, like I love to call this sunset pose, is really having a break at the end of the day and contemplating the sunset at the beach, where you just like sit and you do nothing and you just observe and you are like, oh my God, life is good. Whatever has been happening, whatever your to-do list, whatever. Oh yeah, I haven't done that. I'm the same like you. I have a to-do list. I have plenty of things I haven't done. But at the end of the day, cultivating the feeling that, my God, I had a great day and I still did accomplish a few things. Maybe not perfect. I'm not. But yeah, this gratitude, deep inner gratitude towards yourself, toward what you already all have, and seeing that you are alive. This is for me a big thing. It's like waking up every morning and say, oh wow, I'm so lucky I have one more day. We don't know how long. Maybe one day we don't wake up. So it's like, have one more day. What can I make? How I can make today special? So another thing that I love to do, but I also fail sometime on this, and especially this week I've been failing on that, is really dedicating my morning to either workout or journaling or to myself. Really like the first 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour to really dedicate this precious time early morning to yourself, because what you get from that moment, first thing in the morning, it's yours. I know, like, since especially I live since I have lived in Australia, we were so big there on doing things from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. so before work. And how many times I'm telling myself, oh my God, it's not even 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. and I had a great day. I remember, Shannon, when we went to the sunrise on the top of the mountain in Bali. It's like, my God, we had a great day already. And when you have a great day just before 9 a.m., promise you everything that happened after, you are less attached. You are less getting annoyed by the traffic, by something wrong happening, by an issue, by a problem. You're just opening yourself to, I had a great day already, so it's great. And if you have even more greatness coming in, it's just a plus, it's a plus, it's a cherry on the top of the cake. So this would be, I would say, the easiest spiritual practice that every single person on earth could be practicing, that will have actually a big, big impact on their life.
Mhm.
Plus the evening sunset pose gratitude of 1 minute. If you
Mhm.
cultivate those two things
Mhm.
most of the time, promise you your life is gonna take another leap of faith.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you for sharing. And indeed, the experience with you in Bali was amazing about very often doing these beautiful things and connecting to nature. I found being grateful and connecting to nature and having this beautiful morning even before you start working. So yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm
And
spending a lot of time here with the Balinese priests and healers, and even this morning it reminds me, it they don't need money. They have nature provide everything to them. And it's true, like to all of us. We need money, and even they need money to convert, to buy things in the material world. But just to lean into that deep sense of gratitude and inner trust in life, where nature, what is around us, is providing us, like the green, if you look at everything that nature provides, we are already, very abundant. And so we're a bit disconnected from that. And I think it would be a great thing if everyone is connecting to the energy of the nature, and to see all that nature can provide. If you have I don't know, a banana tree in your garden, or even any type of, fruit trees, or garden, vegetable garden, you can see like it's gonna produce, it's gonna give to you. So it's where nature is generous, it doesn't, if you take care of the garden, it's gonna produce, so you can get everything.
amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Absolutely. Beautiful. So do I have time for one more question?
Yes, you have.
Okay, great. So I was wondering, I understand that you are open and welcoming a new romantic relationship in your life. And I just think it would be really lovely to hear from you and to share with others, what you would love the relationship to be, how you would like it to be, and what you're looking to manifest in this relationship.
Oh my God. um, yes, it's true. First, for me, I think my next chapter is really with a person, I don't need a person, but I would love to share life with a person. Um, and I think the type of committed long-term partnership I would love with someone is supportive, in a sense of, I was saying yesterday, like a rock. Like this rock is there, it stays there. It's like, no matter, maybe sometimes my emotions are crazy, or I'm flying away for a pause on my own. But he's still there. He's coming back there. And I think feeling that the beauty of having two persons committed to each other, that will be there for each other, whatever happen in life, whatever the journey. We know life can have rough time and easy time. So for me, I really see like doing life with someone that is ready to go through life together and having those moments of pause, of reflection. I really see the what I do with prep in terms of vision to be also putting into a relationship. It's like, what is the vision we have for our life? What is the vision that we have for ourselves, and how all those things can be shared together and can doesn't have to you don't have to lose something, is what I mean. Is like how we can share a vision that your vision is important, mine is important, and we kind of have a union to create something even more aligned or more bigger or whatever, that is aligned with both of us. And there is not one person has to lose something for the others, but really more this committed shared vision of life, basically, that we are signing up together, and having those moments of also zooming out of our relationship where, okay, let's sit down and let's have a look if we are still aligned, and having those pause every quarter, or date every month, but the same in the same way that are we still aligned? What do we need to shift, outside of the emotional side, or really on the more fact-based things? It's like, hey, this is happening. I don't feel good about that. How we can shift that together? How can you support me better, or how I can support you better? I am supporting you well enough in your growth, in our growth, and it's finding those moments that can be scary to share, to actually review, to assess where we are in a relationship. But I truly do believe that I really would love to share that with someone, and up until now I haven't been able to find this person where I could really sit and, "Hey, let's talk about us, like really deeply about us, and let's be honest, like, okay, this is not working very well, how we can find a compromise, how we can decide on something, and then let's review it, because maybe we agree on something and then it doesn't work, so we need to reassess, or are we still okay to do life together or not anymore?" So for me, I see support, like infinite support, and at the same time enough uh, honesty and authenticity to also own yourself, to be able to share when something is not right, and creating those moments of pause and reflection that, okay, let's really talk about that without the emotional side, and find solution together. And if the solution is actually better to split up and move forward, like, okay, but not giving up at the first thing neither. So the first time I actually shared this like this, but it's what I see of a relationship. It's I see a easy commitment in a way, because I think I can easily commit, but it has to be committed to growth, committed to something that can even grow, and but not committed to something that, okay, we sign now and we don't know, we can't reassess. I feel like a relationship can be feel like when you are incorporated and you sign up for a contract, and like, oh damn, I didn't know that. So I see really a partnership with a person, a life partnership where is beyond what we know today, or at least what I know in my world. But it's really this committed, sacred, share relationship that is ready to do life together, and share, and reassess, and take a leap of faith on a lot of things. Yeah.
Sounds amazing. I'm definitely convinced there's lots of people out there who would just love to have the opportunity to explore that possibility with you. It's just matter of time. And also, as you know, I think in terms of what you're expressing, I think it's really beautiful. And there are people out there, men out there, who would love to be able to grow together and experience life together and really evaluate things like on a monthly date, things like that. I know I also didn't think I would ever get married again after my first marriage, but I was very surprised and also didn't know what it would bring, but just trusted and I find that it's better than I expected. And of course, there's challenging moments, but it's what you said, really discussing it. And what's really fun is on New Year's Day, we always talk about, what would we love for the next year, and then we evaluate it once in a while. So I think that's a really good plan you have. And I love everything you shared about planning and about how you chose Bali to live and the leadership part and your spiritual practice. So I feel like I have even a more complete picture of this beautiful human that you are.
Well, thank you, Shannon, for interviewing me. You are great. Great host, and thank you so much for everyone that listened. Please share your comments, share. I would love to read you. So what has been resonating with you, and if you have any other question, like also you can maybe ask to interview me. So don't hesitate to reach out, and I would be a pleasure to be interviewed by more people. So have an amazing day and see you again.
Thank you.